stream. Hey, say something for me real quick, bro.
Yo, yo.
There we go. Alright, we're golden. Alright. So I thought I got stuck in the map earlier. I just got knocked to a ledge and it wasn't letting me see through it.
Oh,
That's been the only bug. And that was because I was fighting a dude and got like back blasted off of there. Go Indy dope. Indy's on medication, so she's thirsty as shit. Alright. I'm just about to level up to 8.
Is it true? There isn't. Taking the old fortress.
Make a fortune in Sacrament, piss it away in
So, oh, when I fell off the map, dude, I fell into a whole nother zone.
Wouldn't you like to see Sacrament?
really?
Yeah, like a cave system or some shit. See if I can travel back to it. Oh, hold on a second, I got a phone call.
Maybe they know. That axe no.
If you make for the glades, be sure you have what you need.
Fresh.
Good boy, Hermes.
Here we go.
Really?
Alright, I'm back.
Cool.
Where do you come from?
Shield, yeah. But I do have a bunch of gear put back that you can pick up and equip and shit. Indy, quit. Sounds like I got a dog fighting ring going on in my fucking broadcast. Come on, dogs. Tails wagging and shit. They don't give no fucks.
They are bringing X-Files back, and
Are
they're
they?
turning it black.
What do you mean they're turning it black? Like,
They made the two main characters black.
oh wow, so it's really the Men in Black.
I
Bit on the nose.
want to look. Yep, here it is. So they're like. Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, if they do a good job, it's fine. But I just
Right.
have a feeling they won't.
Right? Just because past experience, Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen Colbert
Yeah.
is working directly with Peter
Indy, quit
Jackson
humping over there. Yeah.
to create a new Lord of the Rings movie.
Uh,
He's a screenwriter for the new Lord of the Rings movie.
I don't know how I feel about that. It kind of gives me chest pains.
Yeah.
Like,
Stephen Colbert is a full leftist retard who's never been a screenwriter in his entire life. Never
Right.
done one movie ever.
You're gonna take a cinematic masterpiece and butcher the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I love Lord of the Rings. I like the Hobbit series. But you gotta admit the Hobbit series is one step away from a musical.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it makes sense because if you read the book,
Right.
you know, it
Dwarves
is
are always singing and
quite
shit.
yeah, it is quite musical in the book, so but you're not wrong. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, it's just like everything that they've been doing, you know, everything gets ruined. And it's specific, you know, people think this isn't intentional. This is intentional because these kind of franchises have deep messages against, you know, immoral things, and it's just like the Rings of Power. My girlfriend really hated that I didn't like the Rings of Power. And I mean, I was like trying to get into it, but they
Right, I couldn't get it.
they humanize the evil component, right? Like the orcs. And that's not the original idea. That it's supposed to be a battle of good and evil, and they are supposed to represent absolute evil. The antithesis of being a human, you know.
Right.
They're not supposed to be humanized. They're not supposed to have that, you know, a little banter here and there's fine, you know, whatever. We had that in Lord of the Rings. That's okay, you know, but you know, you take it too far and you make it where you're like empathizing with the orcs,
Right.
and it's
right.
like, bro, you shouldn't do that. It's fucked up. And then obviously they fucked up a bunch of stuff, not staying more accurate with the hair for the elves,
Right.
because that's like super sacred, and you know, I don't even care about the color switches. It's more about the narration, the script writing, and the you know, just the alteration of things
The
to
original.
be postmodern.
Right.
Yeah, it's called postmodernism. They're trying to fucking postmodernize it. You know, it's bullshit. You know, if your story is based on the idea like originally and became well known and famous because it depicted a evil in a way that it was, you know, to get some of the nuances about evil, like how evil became evil or something like that, like how a person became that way because of the pain and trauma that happened. That's fine, but that's completely different than being like, oh, you know, like what they did in Rings of Power.
Yeah.
And what they did to Indiana Jones and what they've done to every fucking other franchise that has any kind of meaning. What they're about to do to Harry Potter, what they've
Wait,
done
what
to
are they
the
about to
fucking
do to Harry
Marvel.
Potter?
Well, they're remaking the Harry Potter into a TV series, the books into a TV series. They made Professor Snape a handsome black guy.
Well,
Okay.
that's like anti to the story.
Absolutely.
Like,
The whole
he was
point
known
of
for
Snape,
his nose, bro.
yeah, his crooked nose, pale skin, black straight hair. You know, he was supposed to look that way for a reason because it adds to the story. You know, it
Right.
adds to the relevance of his relationship with Harry's mother. It adds to the relevance of why, you know, he ended up on the path that he did. You
Right.
know, but you take that all away, and it's actually a really bad thing to do is to put a character who is bullied as a kid, right? Like he's bullied, he loses the girl he loves, you know, ends up, you know, being a double agent, right?
Yep.
Ends up killing one of the most powerful, if not most beloved wizard of all times, right?
Yep.
Like, and then you make him a black guy, right? It's
Yeah.
like that's not really playing to the favor of you trying to gain support for the ethnicity card here, bro.
Right.
It's like that's not a good depiction, really. But besides that, like it's just not true to the books, and I don't like that. You know,
Right.
like stick to the books because there's a reason
No,
why
I
the books
agree
are good.
wholeheartedly. It's like the Aragon series, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can't remember what the actual name of the series. I think it's the Eldest series or some shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love the books to the point where like I even took the time. You know, sometimes books like that they'll have like an index of the words that the made up words they've used for like
Yeah.
spells and shit. Dude, I took the time to memorize like the entire back end of that book, and then read the next 2 books that came out. Right, and then the movie came out, and the movie for the first book, they cut out the entire training montage, which is like 2/3 of the fucking book. Like the whole desert
course.
scene they cut out, and that's like a quarter of the fucking book. Like literally traveling the desert's a solid like 8 chapters in this book, and they cut the entire desert scene out, except for the very
Wow.
beginning of it where they introduce him to the magic. And then they're like, okay, fast forward, now he's flying a dragon.
Wow.
Dude, it irritated me so bad. And it was because I love those books so much. That's probably part of why I quit reading fantasy, honestly, because they kept putting out movies that I wanted to watch, but they never held up to the books that I read. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah.
So
Well, it's because
like,
you have a fucking bunch of leftist government supporters who are trying to create equality of outcome in the industry and
right,
force these certain political ideas down people's throats. Rather than writing a good story with political ideas in them, political allegories that reveal, you know, deep, intricate philosophy and ethics and, you know, and the way the world works and the way human psychology is. Rather than that, you flip it on its head to make it all about color, about diversity, about all this shit. And the right does it too. It's not just the left. People think it's just the left. It's just the left doing it right now. The right has done it as well, many times before. They'll do it again. Just remember, Donald Trump was a Democrat originally, so they just flip back and forth. It doesn't matter. Hurry! Get out of the food.
that hurt.
But yeah, I mean, it's so dumb. But it's also because a lot of the up and coming cinema people, right? Young people graduating college, etc., getting
Right,
into
they're
the
trying to make a
industry.
name for themselves.
It's that, but it's also because they're coming out of very, very heavily propagandized school systems
Indeed.
nowadays. So the school systems are really, you know, fucking with these kids and pushing the politics. You know, it's completely. It's not that I like people are like, "Oh, keep politics out of movies." No, bring politics into movies. That's
Right.
good. That's good
That's how you
movies. I mean,
preserve
that's
shit.
yeah. It's like Lord of the Rings. You think Lord of the Rings isn't political? That fucking movie's filled with
Or
politics. You know?
Nazis, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. He wrote the books when it was World War II.
Right.
You know? So like, it was all about
That's
what was
that's
taking
what's
place.
tripping me up about the Rings of Power, bro. All right, so check this out. They call it the Rings of Power, okay?
Mhm.
And then they humanize the Nazi Party.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Yeah.
want you to sympathize with them. They
That's-
want you to sympathize with national fascists. They really the ultimate idea is that they want you to blur the lines between what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
That's the whole idea. That's what postmodernism is. It's what we were talking about earlier. Shades of gray, you know.
Right.
That's what they want people to fall into, because as long as people believe in that moral relativism, people will always compromise on freedom, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, because there's no such thing as freedom in a society that you can just, on the whims of your perception, on the whims of your value assessments, just be like, oh, it's a right, you know, it's completely acceptable. That's a moral action, you know. Just ignore the consequences of it, right? It doesn't matter what actually took place, that you can study, observe, and see the effects of. That doesn't matter, you know. What matters is that you feel this certain way because you're emotionally charged and you don't know how to fucking critically think, and you're like, okay, yeah, I just feel it, you know.
Right. I feel it in my bones.
Yeah. There's a reason why conscience comes from the same Latin derivative of the word science. So it's sciero, sciare. But it's sciere. I know it's sciere. There's another form of it too, but it's conscience. It's what
Yeah.
conscience is, you know. It's a con to come together, and then sciero or sciere, which means knowledge is ultimately what it means. To come together with knowledge. What kind of knowledge, though? Knowledge of right and wrong, you know? And how do you know that knowledge of right and wrong? Well, you go through a science of understanding it, you know?
Right.
See, there's this huge push that you can't scientifically prove morals, and that's been like a huge thing in the West for a long time. And it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. You can. People just don't want to deal with the actual science of it. They don't want to, you know, that's what natural law is. It's fucking science.
Right.
You know? It is showing you that when you do these behaviors in the physicality, these effects take place. There's a hypothesis. The hypothesis is, hey, if I do X behavior, will, you know, this result in this, in X, right?
Right.
And then do you put it to the test? And then if it comes out, and then you repeat it, and you repeat it again, and you repeat it a billion fucking times, and it does the same fucking thing, you know? It's like, imagine someone telling me that that rape cannot be scientifically proven that it is immoral.
Right.
That's what they're telling you, though, that morals are not, that's literally what they're telling you. And what that means is that you cannot scientifically prove that the actions that caused the harm, right, resulted in somebody being raped. You know? So it's like these people, they want to live in make-believe. They don't get it. Like, when you go and you physically force yourself and physically force your fucking cock into somebody else who doesn't want it there, you know, and that results in what? That results in rape. That's called a science. You know,
Right.
because it's repeatable. Every time you physically force your fucking cock into somebody else that doesn't want it there, you know, that's called rape.
Right.
Well, that's science, you know? It's an observable phenomenon of you causing something to happen and it having an effect, and every single time it results in the same fucking thing. You know? And it's like these people they don't know how to think, man. I'm telling you. You know? It's literally like throwing an apple and you know, watching it and then being like, yeah, there's no scientific method for being able to discover how the apple comes to the earth. Yep. There's no science behind that, man. I threw the apple and it hit the ground. There's no science. I stuck my cock in a girl who's screaming no. There's no science there. You know?
Fucking ridiculous.
Bro, it gets me pissed. I get pissed off about it when people fucking say that shit. There's nothing scientific about morals. Really? You think that? That's what you think? Because people think science is just
People ask why.
math
Math
and
and fucking test
Ye-
tubes and shit.
yeah, and they don't know. They don't get it. They don't understand what a science is. That's why they call it a scientific method, you know? You have a hypothesis, you know, put your hypothesis to the test, you look at the results, then you conclude whether your hypothesis was correct, and if it's not, start over. Keep going, you know? I think there's like 3 phases to it. Or 4. I think I'll Kaylee in a minute for a second.
Gotcha.
Steps here. Yeah, so okay, so it's 6. But there's 3 basic. It reduces down to 3 basic.
Alright.
Ask a question based on observation. Oh, what was that?
Oh, I'm just gonna stop the stream real quick because you're getting ready to call Kay.
Oh, I'll freaking mute. I'll go
Oh,
away.
okay. Alright. Well, never mind.
1 observation slash question, right? We
Right.
observe a physical phenomenon. 2 background research, find out what already is known on the topic. 3 form a hypothesis, create a testable, you know, guess or explanation for what you have observed. 4 experiment, conduct a controlled test to collect the empirical data
Right.
regarding your hypothesis, your theory,
Are you feeling ill, stranger?
and then
When people ask
analyze the
why,
data, draw a conclusion, right? Look at the results, determine if they support or reject your theory, you know, and then share your results with others to see if other people can validate that theory. Well, okay, so how many times do we have to observe, you know, how much background research do we have that we need?
Armor is your will.
Do we really even need you know, like, do we need a fucking hypothesis at this point? Do we need to hypothesize that fucking rape is immoral, you know? Okay, well, if we do, then you got to experiment, right? Oh, that's a hard one, right?
Right.
That's pushing some boundaries of ethics. You know, how are you going to experiment without violating the code of ethics or code of morals? Oh, we can. Okay, so you can't do that because why? Because you already know that it's wrong. You know?
Right.
This is the funny thing. Like, they already know, and I'm saying this as a satire as well, as a fucking a moronic, you know, jest towards, like, these people already know it's wrong before they even get to this, right? So let's say I'm a scientist and I want to study the morals of rape, right? Well, I observe it. You know, I go to the streets and fucking seen it happen. You know, I saw a girl get raped. I didn't do anything about it. That's a whole nother thing. And I'm like, all right, I gotta look into it. So I start looking online, and there's, you know, hundreds of thousands, millions upon millions of girls who are like, rape. This is how it happened. Blah 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 blah. Somebody drugged me, roofied me. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So here's my hypothesis about rape. You know, this is how it takes place. I'm gonna go test it out. I go to the fucking bar, you know, and I do a controlled test, right?
Right.
And then I go home and draw a conclusion on my rape victim. And then I'm like, nah, rape's cool, you know? You know? But the problem is that, like I said, what will happen is as soon as they get to the hypothesis and experiment, you know, it's fine for the hypothesis because you're not doing anything. But as soon as you go to step 4, to actually go to the field and try it out,
Right,
Wouldn't
that's
you
the
like
problem.
to see sacrament?
most
No.
people are going to say no.
Right.
Well, why is that? Why is it that most people will not continue that? You know, because they already know it is immoral. You don't need it, but you can prove it. If you continue down that path, you can prove it. And you don't even need that. All you got to do is observe. You know, that's really all you got to do. So the experiments are already being done. Go to a fucking college dorm. You know,
Right.
it's so fucking dumb. This is why another issue with like scientifically testing moral theories or moral ideas, because when it comes to immoral things and you want to scientifically test them, normally for most people you're not going to do that, you know,
Right.
because they already know inherently
There is.
that they should not do that. There's an intelligence in them. Now, a lot of people are fucked. We already talked about Nazi Germany. You know, they're fucked. They will do that shit to people.
Yeah.
They will do that. You know, the government is doing that to us, but your
Yep.
common neighbor has like, they still have that. They still have a little bit of humanity left in them. You know, leave Hermes' dick alone, girl. She's over there smelling it. All right. Sorry for the rant. You get
Oh,
me
you're
going,
good.
man. You get
You're
me
good.
going. Fucking get me going on that shit. Fucking people. Fucking people. Oh, he's sleeping. Okay. Let me call her real quick and I'll be right back.
All right, bro.
It is this.
Should you find any more items to work it, and who knows?
Is it true? There isn't.
It's a city, not a charity. Who says everyone deserves a
wish I could. Maybe she can pray hope.
Wouldn't you like to see some? Where have you?
I fear it's happening again. I should have been.
The criminal? I can see behind your eyes.
Hello, old friend. Good day to you. May your will be half as strong as my work.
Take the world. I felt the.
Darum?
Easy foot.
You and Pond. Welcome, young sprout.
Go! You're the one who killed. That's it! The pestilence is.
Man of peace.
We're the crown's subjects.
The mainland shines its light
I
upon
might
us.
have favorite name.
Soon the pestilence will flee.
I fear it's happening.
can restore history. You and I. Wouldn't you like to see Sacrament reborn?
I must pay a visit to Haven before I leave tonight. Poor Sacra, always scraping by on the Emerald.
There's a certain in Tyr. Everyone.
I have a hint of Siren blood too, you know, on my mother's side.
You look like the adventuring Can you believe my life's
Like, better this world. Ain't your kind, Spider.
This motherfucker.
All right.
Welcome back.
All right, I'm looking at this thing that you were talking about, this internet thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I noticed when I turned that off, a lot of my apps that were loading, or programs that were loading slow on the PC, started loading a lot faster.
Oh, yeah, I know what this is. Yeah, I've seen this. As soon as he showed me what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I just turned my shit off, so I don't have to worry about that no more.
Yeah. I think mine might already be off. Let me see. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Wait. Yeah, mine's been off. That's what this is. Get updates, new apps. Gotta change. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's off. Yep.
Good, good.
Yep, mine's been off. That was a. Yeah. I thought so. I was like, wait a minute. Q. Freaking Damien called me, but I haven't had time to freaking
Oh shit.
talk to him. I'll get time. Fucking dogs. Of course, right?
Yeah, as soon as I
Them
pulled the
douche.
camera out, they stopped doing everything.
Yeah. That's like Rowan.
Yep. I gotta step outside for a bit and cool down. It's hot as fuck in this bitch right now. Watch out, Mama. He's a good boy. Watch out. Or I'll just scoot you across the floor like a fucking mop. Back, Daisy. So you thinking you might jump online tonight or not?
To play that game?
Yeah,
Let me look.
experience
Let's
some
see
of
if I
it.
even. Let's see if I even installed it. No, I downloaded it. Yeah, it should be installed. Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Alright, cool. We gotta figure out how this
Get up on
multiplayer
it.
shit works anyway. It is a nice night out tonight, dude. Like, if I
Yeah.
were to walk the dogs or something.
I think I'm gonna watch some JJK tonight.
Dude, I'm current right now, and it's so fucking good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch JJK. That is something I'm looking forward to, is having some more anime time.
Oh, yeah.
Because like me and her were like binge watching animes, but I don't know what happened. She just kind of fell off of it, and then she would get mad at me if I watched anime without her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just started doing it though. Grab a controller. This can it needs a controller.
You can play mouse and key, but they recommend controller. Because it's got like Elden Ring mechanics.
Yeah. Yeah. Dusty. It's cleaned anyways. Maybe this will get me to clean it.
Okay, I have to quit the main menu.
I'll jump on there for a minute.
Alright.
Okay, he's doing homework, so.
Wait, how do I... Let's create new character.
So.
Alright, I have to Google now. Alright. How to invite people to know rest.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay, I have to create a new realm. Alright, that's cool. Alright, realms.
Whoa.
Let me see.
This dude has some fucking ape arms and twig. He has twig legs.
Let's see.
Wild. So what do I gotta do? I gotta.
Hold on, I gotta set up a world first.
Oh, I gotta
thought I'd be
create.
able to. Yeah, you gotta create.
I think I'm gonna be a badass bitch. Yeah. Oh my god, that looks like an ex-girlfriend.
No, I don't want it logo.
Oh my god, that's so scary. Why does it look like my ex-girlfriend?
Alright. Great realm. Let's see.
These hairstyles.
Oh, come on now. Hold on a second. I don't want to continue from. Oh, there. See, it says I'm online. Hold on a second. Let me.
Says. Okay.
Alright, so I gotta turn on. We gotta turn on experimental branch in our Steam settings.